Turning now to some morning medical news, a public health order that could restrict immigration is expected to be issued as soon as this week. The order would label migrants as a risk for spreading diseases in the U.S. The move is part of the Trump administration's efforts to severely restrict immigration. And a victory for a Racine family. The drug Pitocin, commonly used in childbirth, found to be at the root of lasting brain damage for Kamya Serna, who was diagnosed with cerebral palsy before her second birthday. Almost 6 years later, a jury just awarded her family $10 million, finding Ascension, All Saints, and the doctor negligent in how they used that drug.
It's an emotional thing for me to speak on, because I love her and I wouldn't change her. I mean, I want her to have a normal life, but yeah.
When used appropriately, Pitocin is a great tool to induce labor, but if left unmonitored, it can lead to lifelong consequences. You've likely heard of Dry January, but what about Phone-Free February? That is a lesser-known challenge aimed to curb how much time, of course, we spend on our phones. So how can we limit our screen time? Kirsten Mitchell shares some tips and looks at the benefits.
At this Minnesota high school, lunchtime didn't always sound like this. That's because these students don't have their phones.
I've noticed people talk a lot more than they used to.
Generally, throughout the day, there's no access to their phone.
They're locked away in a pouch for the entire day.
So then they have possession of their phone, which helps with the phone anxiety.
Well, it's been quite an adjustment, but we're making it through.
Some actually like it.
It's a good breakaway from feeling that you always have to grab your phone.
It's no secret, many of us are glued to our phones.
What's the most popular app right now?
I would say TikTok. Yeah.
For me, Instagram.
Lots of kids report being on their phones almost constantly, and the same is true for many parents.
Jody DeWorkin studies families and technology use. Emerging research shows a possible link between screen time and obesity, mental health issues, and sleep problems.
Does it affect your sleep at all if you're on your phone late?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Screen time could even affect our brains. Research shows excessive screen time can have both short-term and long-term effects, from impairing cognitive abilities like focus and memory to affecting emotional well-being, particularly in young people.
You know, there's no break from that sort of those social pressures and those social relationships that can be really challenging for young people.
Some ways to limit screen time include keeping phones out of the bedroom, implementing screen-free breaks, and practicing mindfulness when with others.
I put my phone down by 10:30, and anything else I do after that is non-phone related.
Any opportunity to stop and reflect on how it's going and what you can do differently seems like a great opportunity.
You can also try to make your phone less appealing, like going into your settings and changing the colors to a grayscale.
Dworkin's research found people still want to connect in person despite high rates of technology use. She also says when parents can model screen-free time and make it part of the family routine, that helps the kids understand that time away from phones is important. Yes, it is. We all need that reminder.